Tuscany. Known for its iconic landscapes, but there's so much more beyond the beauty of Florence. This region offers stunning escapes, from charming hilltop towns to vast vineyards. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden gems that make Tuscany a dream destination for travelers seeking authentic Italian experiences. Fun facts about Tuscany. Did you know that Tuscany is home to over 120 nature reserves, making it one of the greenest regions in Italy? It's also the birthplace of the Renaissance, with cities like Siena and Pisa offering incredible art and history beyond Florence. And here's something delightful. Tuscany produces some of Italy's most famous wines, including Chianti and Brunello di Montalcino, making it a paradise for wine lovers. The enchanting hills of Val d'Orcia. Tuscany's beauty goes far beyond the iconic city of Florence, and nowhere is this more evident than in Val d'Orcia. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is famed for its rolling hills, cypress-lined roads, and medieval villages that seem to rise naturally from the landscape. The region is the quintessential image of Tuscany, where every curve of the road offers a new breathtaking view. Start your journey in the village of Pienza, known as the ideal city of the Renaissance, thanks to its beautifully planned streets and charming squares. Pienza's old town is small enough to explore on foot, and the views from its fortified walls over the surrounding countryside are simply magical. One of the highlights of Val d'Orcia is the Cappella della Madonna di Vitelleta, a tiny chapel that sits alone among the hills, framed by cypress trees. It's one of the most photographed spots in Tuscany, and once you see it in person, you'll understand why. The serenity of the landscape here is unmatched, making it the perfect spot for a peaceful walk or a quiet moment of reflection. After soaking in the beauty of Pienza and its surroundings, head to Montalcino, a medieval hilltop town famous for its wine, particularly Brunello di Montalcino, one of Italy's finest reds. Wander through the narrow streets of Montalcino, visit the Fortezza for stunning views of the town and countryside, and stop by one of the many wine cellars for a tasting. Val d'Orcia is a place where time seems to stand still, but the question is, what lies just beyond these hills? Siena, a medieval masterpiece. While Florence often takes center stage, Siena offers a completely different perspective on Tuscany's artistic and architectural heritage. Known for its medieval charm, Siena is built around the Piazza del Campo, a stunning shell-shaped square that hosts the famous Palio horse race twice a year. The square is lined with elegant cafes and restaurants, and it's the perfect place to sit and soak in the atmosphere of this ancient city. Siena's most striking landmark is its Duomo, a stunning Gothic cathedral that rivals Florence's in beauty. The striped black and white marble exterior is a visual delight, but it's the interior that will truly take your breath away. The cathedral is filled with treasures, including the Piccolomini Library, which houses frescoes by Pinturicchio, and the intricate mosaic floors that tell biblical stories in incredible detail. Be sure to climb the Torre del Mangia for panoramic views of the city and the surrounding countryside. While Siena is steeped in history, it's also a living, breathing city, where local traditions are still very much alive. The Palio race is more than just a tourist event. It's a fierce competition between Siena's neighborhoods, and the passion for the race runs deep among the locals. As you explore Siena's winding streets and towering monuments, it's easy to get swept up in the medieval atmosphere. But beyond the city walls lies another Tuscan treasure, where history, nature, and luxury converge, the thermal waters of Bagno Vignoni. Tuscany is not only known for its art and architecture, but also for its natural wonders, and one of the most unique experiences in the region is visiting the thermal waters of Bagno Vignoni. Unlike other hot spring towns, Bagno Vignoni's main square is a large thermal pool filled with steaming water that bubbles up from beneath the earth. This tiny village has been a spa destination since Roman times, and it's easy to see why. The calming atmosphere and soothing waters make it the perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of the more touristy spots in Tuscany. You can't bathe in the main pool in the square, but there are several nearby spas that offer access to the thermal waters, along with a range of wellness treatments. The warm, mineral-rich waters are said to have healing properties, making Bagno Vignoni the ideal place to relax and rejuvenate. After a day spent soaking in the thermal baths, take a stroll around the village and enjoy the peaceful ambiance that sets Bagno Vignoni apart from other Tuscan towns. For those looking for a more active experience, the nearby Parco dei Mulini offers hiking trails with stunning views of the surrounding hills and valleys. The park is home to ancient water mills that were once powered by the thermal waters, adding a touch of history to your outdoor adventure. Chianti, Tuscany's wine and olive oil heaven. No trip to Tuscany is complete without a visit to the Chianti region, famous for its world-class wines and picturesque countryside. Stretching between Florence and Siena, Chianti is a paradise for food and wine lovers, with rolling vineyards, olive groves, and charming villages dotting the landscape. Begin your Chianti adventure in Greve in Chianti, a delightful town known for its triangular piazza, lined with wine shops, local artisans, and traditional trattorias. Greve is the gateway to some of Tuscany's best wineries, where you can sample Chianti Classico, the region's signature wine. Visit a local vineyard for a wine tasting tour, where you'll learn about the winemaking process and taste the bold, earthy flavors of Sangiovese grapes that give Chianti its distinctive character. Many of the wineries are family-owned and have been producing wine for generations, making each visit a personal and authentic experience. In addition to wine, Chianti is known for its high-quality olive oil. Many of the vineyards also produce olive oil, and you can often take part in an olive oil tasting, where you'll learn to appreciate the different flavors and qualities of this essential Italian product. After a day of indulging in Tuscany's finest food and drink, take a leisurely drive through the countryside, stopping at villages like Rada and Castellina in Chianti, where time seems to move slower and the views are endless. Chianti's rolling hills and vineyards may be the essence of Tuscany, but what happens when you venture to the more remote, less traveled parts of the region? Volterra, a journey back in time. If you're looking for a Tuscan experience that feels a bit off the beaten path, Volterra is the place to go. Perched high on a hill, this ancient town has a history that stretches back over 3,000 years, with influences from the Etruscans, Romans, and medieval times still visible today. Volterra's remote location has kept it somewhat under the radar, making it the perfect destination for travelers who want to escape the crowds. Volterra is best known for its Etruscan history, and the town's archaeological sites are a must-see. Start with the Etruscan Museum, which houses a vast collection of artifacts, including pottery, sculptures, and jewelry, giving you a glimpse into the life of the ancient civilization that once ruled this part of Italy. The town is also home to a well-preserved Roman theater, where you can almost hear the echoes of the past as you wander through the ruins. Volterra's medieval core is equally fascinating, with narrow streets, stone houses, and a fortress that offers panoramic views of the surrounding countryside. The town is also famous for its alabaster, and you'll find workshops and galleries where local artisans carve intricate sculptures from this translucent stone. While Volterra's ancient history is captivating, Tuscany's coastal treasures are just as enchanting. The beaches of Maremma. Maremma offers a completely different side of Tuscany, with its pristine beaches, crystal-clear waters, and unspoiled natural beauty. The region is perfect for those looking to escape the more tourist-heavy spots and experience Tuscany's wild coastal charm. One of the best beaches in Maremma is Cala Violina, a secluded bay surrounded by lush forests. The beach is known for its fine white sand, which makes a musical sound when walked on, hence the name Violina, meaning violin. It's a bit of a hike to reach the beach, but the peaceful atmosphere and stunning views make it well worth the effort. For a more traditional beach town experience, head to Castiglione della Pescaia, a charming fishing village with a medieval fortress overlooking the sea. The town's sandy beaches are perfect for a relaxing day by the water, while the village itself offers plenty of seafood restaurants where you can indulge in fresh local catches. Practical tips for visiting Tuscany. Tuscany is a region that offers something for every type of traveler, but a little planning will go a long way in ensuring you make the most of your time here. The best time to visit Tuscany is during the spring or fall, from April to June or September to October. These months offer pleasant weather, fewer tourists, and the added bonus of the changing landscape. Whether it's the blooming flowers in spring or the golden hues of autumn, summers can be hot and crowded, especially in popular spots like Florence and Siena, so visiting during the shoulder seasons will give you a more relaxed experience. Getting around Tuscany is easiest if you rent a car. While the larger cities like Florence and Siena have good public transportation options, many of the region's hidden gems, like the villages of Chianti or the beaches of Maremma, are best explored by car. The roads in Tuscany are generally well maintained, and driving through the countryside is part of the experience, with scenic routes that wind through vineyards, olive groves, and medieval towns. Keep in mind that parking in the historic centers of towns like Siena can be difficult, so plan to park on the outskirts and walk in. Accommodation in Tuscany ranges from luxury hotels to charming agriturismos or farm stays, which offer a more authentic experience. Many agriturismos are family-run and give you the chance to enjoy homemade meals, often made with ingredients grown on the property. Staying in one of these rural retreats allows you to experience the quieter side of Tuscany, away from the tourist crowds. If you prefer to be closer to the action, Florence, Siena, and Pisa offer plenty of hotels and guest houses. While Tuscany is known for its mild climate, it's still a good idea to pack layers, especially if you're visiting during the spring or fall. Evenings can be cool, especially in the hilltop towns and coastal areas. Comfortable walking shoes are a must, as many of the streets in medieval towns like Volterra and Siena are cobblestone and uneven. When dining out in Tuscany, it's worth noting that many restaurants close in the mid-afternoon and don't reopen until 7 o'clock or 8 p.m. for dinner. Reservations are recommended, especially in more popular spots, and you'll often find that the best dining experiences are at local trattorias or family-run restaurants, rather than tourist-heavy places in the city centers. Don't forget to try the local wines. Each region of Tuscany has its specialties, from Brunello di Montalcino to Chianti Classico.